Hey everyone, welcome back to Tuckaway Pines. Today I was out in the raspberry patch, the wild raspberry patch that we have on the back of our property, and something in the tree line here caught my eye, so I went in a little further and I found something really interesting and upon further research, very beneficial. So I figured I'd bring you guys along and kind of teach you a little something cool and wild here in the woods. So. So like I said, Brick and I were out here picking raspberries, and these little guys caught my eye. They just happened to be hiding within the tree line of the woods here, and I thought they were pretty interesting looking. I did some research, and these are called ghost pipes, or Indian pipes, or even a ghost plant. It's an herb, but also considered a mushroom because it is parasitic by nature. They do not produce their own chlorophyll, hence the white color and not green like most things that grow. They do gain most of their nutrients from sunlight, but also by hosting off surrounding plants. They are primarily native to Asia, even South and Central America, and in certain spots in North America. It's kind of rare to come across these guys actually, versus most mushrooms. I actually have a mushroom book for our region, and it does not have anything on these guys, so I had to kind of do a little more in-depth of research. But these are actually really beneficial and in a medicinal standpoint. Apparently, Native Americans used to use these for their medicinal benefits. It was said to relieve pain, both physically and even emotionally. It's also known to help with convulsions, epilepsy. It's a good sedative for insomnia and stuff like that, any sort of muscle spasms. Although I do want to say, everything that I read, it does say that you want to use these in very small quantities because of how potent and strong they are. They could appear to be toxic taken in high doses. So I think I'm gonna harvest a couple of these guys. I know I have a couple little clumps or groupings centered around this little area. I might go adventure a little more, see if I can find some more. But I don't want to over harvest. I don't want to take them all out because, you know, it's a plant. I don't want to wipe them out, and hopefully maybe next year we'll get more coming up and I can just kind of harvest a little here, a little there. Especially with those medicinal benefits. I mean, a nice sedative for any sort of spasms, any sort of pain, something natural. I'm going to try it. So, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. But for right now, I'm going to harvest a few of these guys, and we'll bring them back home, and I'm going to do a little something to preserve them and actually harness that medicinal benefit from them. So, and I'll show you guys that as well. But I do want to mention quickly before I start harvesting, if you're new to harvesting like mushrooms and things like that, first of all, you don't want to over harvest, like I said, especially if you find little groupings, you know, take a couple here, a couple there, and then leave the rest. And then also, when harvesting mushrooms, don't pull them out of the ground. You want to keep the roots in the ground because then that'll allow them to come back up year after year. Get yourself a little knife, you know, something with a sharp edge, and just cut at the base of the ground, maybe a little above it. Just cut that mushroom stem off, and then there's your mushroom, okay? Don't go pulling on them because that can really ruin the root systems and further development of the mushroom bodies and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go start picking, and we'll go back to the house and have some fun. Okay, so we are down in the preservation station, and I just lightly rinsed all my little ghost pipes that we harvested. I ended up finding quite few more on my way out of the like the back of the property there. Still kind of young yet, so maybe as these next few weeks come, I'll harvest a little bit more and make a couple more batches of the tincture. Because lately because currently as I'm filming this, it is mid-July, and it's been kind of raining actually. We were in a slight drought here in Wisconsin for a little bit. We've been kind of getting some sporadic rainstorms and stuff, which is really nice. And then the temperature kind of drops, so it creates the perfect conditions for mushrooms and things like that to start growing. And if the weather kind of keeps up the way it's been, maybe we'll get plenty more harvests, and maybe even some other types of mushrooms too, because I did notice a couple other different sorts. I just didn't get a chance to kind of take a good look at them, but maybe I'll get back out there and kind of do more research. But anyway, so to make a tincture, it is super duper easy. All you need is you can do herbs, your mushroom, whatever you're trying to extract. You want, a glass jar or a nice, good container, preferably not plastic though. You don't want anything leaching into your tincture. So glass, maybe ceramic would be fine. Obviously lid, and first things first, label and date it, because this will have to sit out for a little while before we can actually use it, and you want to keep, put the date on of when you made it, like today. That way you know how long it's been for when it's ready. So just remember that. And then you can get, some cheap vodka from the store, but it has to be, at least 80 proof or 40% alcohol. So make sure you get that. Just some cheap vodka is fine. And that's really all that you need. And basically you just combine everything into the jar. Like I said, easy peasy. The only thing is, it's just you gotta wait a little while. So with these, you could go as far as breaking them up into smaller pieces. I might just pop them in half. But yeah, I just lightly rinsed them. I didn't scrub them or anything too hard. Lightly rinsed them, and basically put them in the bowl and brought them down here. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of snap them in half. That way they just kind of all fit, because some of them are really long. And yeah, just throw them in the jar here. And once they're all in the jar, that's when you just basically put your alcohol over it. And you want to make sure it's all nice and covered. So my jar is full enough for now. And then I think with the amount that I have here, it's probably a quarter full. My half pint jar is about a quarter full. So I think I'm going to fill the jar maybe a little over halfway with the alcohol. That way everything is nice and covered, and there's enough alcohol to absorb all that medicinal goodness. Because like I said before, these ghost pipes or Indian pipes or ghost plant, however you want to address them, they are very good for muscle spasms, epilepsy, convulsions of any sort, things like that. So, and like I said, Native Americans used to use it for physical and emotional pain relief. So, but anyway, this is pretty much done. All you have to do is put it in a nice, cool, dark place on a shelf somewhere. Shake it twice, at least twice a day. That way all that stuff kind of gets pulled out in the alcohol. And then you can let it sit for about 1 to 4 months. You can even let it sit longer if you wish. But 1 to 4 months, all that stuff is pretty much pulled out. And then you can strain off your liquid. Keep the liquid though, and put it in a either amber color jar or back into a glass jar in a dark, cool place as well, because the sunlight will pull that nutrients out. Keep it in a dark, cool place, and it's there for you whenever you need it. So, super duper easy. Again, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I thought this was really a nice surprise to find these little guys out in the woods. It's also nice just to have a medicinal herbal alternative to help relieve any sort of pains that we may encounter here in the near future. So again, I hope you guys could have learned something from this. I know I did. I'm really excited to try this out. And again, I hope you guys like this. So please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any other fun little herbal discoveries we make here on the homestead. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.